Yo, how's it going, YouTube? It's been a while since I've had a video for you, I know. So I had a little bit of free time this evening. I thought I'd do one on my Streamlight TLR-2s. It's a weapon-mounted laser light combination. Some information about this. It's 4.72 ounces. It's an aluminum body, glass lens, C4 LED. It's waterproof to IPX4 standards, which means that it's water resistant. It can take water coming at it from any angle and withstand it, but it wasn't tested to depth for periods of time. So don't go dunking your TLR-2s underwater. It's not advised. When you buy this, it comes with 4 keys for mounting. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit here. You can see this piece right here is the key that you use to mount it to different weapon systems. The GL is the Glock key. Comes with a 1913 rail system key, a Smith & Wesson key, and a Beretta 90-2. Now that one won't work on the Beretta 92A1 and M9A1s. Those are going to use the 1913 rail systems, but the 90-2 is for the polymer frame Beretta. Okay, so it only comes with 4 keys, guys, but they adapt to a whole bunch of different pistols. You can look online. There's a compatibility list on Streamlight's website that'll show you all the lights, or all the different weapons that each key can really mount to. So other than an HK, I think that's the only one really in particularly that comes to mind that requires a special aftermarket rail system to mount it. Other than that, thing is awesome. Really like it for a few different reasons. First is it's really easy to mount. This screw right here also functions as a spring. So all you do is you push it, and you can see how this piece is moving outwards, and you just slide it right onto the frame. Changing the batteries is really easy. You lift this plate up right here, and then this whole back section comes out. It runs on 2 CR123 batteries. Those are not the easiest to find, but they're becoming more common in electronics and cameras, so you can find them at Walmart or whatever, but you'd probably still be better buying bulk online. The light is super blinding in a dark situation. 160 lumens will blind an intruder, at least I'm going to say probably for 3 to 5 seconds. And that amount of time, it's like an eternity in a self-defense situation. It gives you so much time to analyze the situation, to put the intruder on the defensive. Excuse me, I have a phone call. Just give me 1 second. Right, so the blinding brightness really gives you an advantage in a home defense, self-defense scenario. That extra time really is to your benefit. Thirdly, the laser. I know lasers are questionable as to whether or not you should use them. Obviously, I think you should be proficient in just an open sight system. But the fact of the matter is, in the middle of the night when it's crazy and somebody's just burst through your window and you're just waking out of that fog and you're trying to get yourself together, a laser is pretty damn nice, if you ask me, especially for somebody like my girlfriend who isn't necessarily the best shot in the world. She's an average shot, but under that duress, I really think it's a huge benefit to have. Some other things that I like, it's ambidextrous. You can manipulate the 3 different functions, so it's just laser, it's just the lighter, it's the laser light combination. There is one other aspect to the laser that I actually really like as well, and that's that it's intimidating. If you catch an intruder off guard in your house and you're able to just hit them with the laser and it's dark and there's no other light, they're going to be scared shitless. And they're going to exit your house just as fast as they came in. And a non-lethal option like that, well, it's not really a non-lethal option because you're assuming that they're going to run. But assuming they do run and you have that non-lethal option, right on, man. I think you'll save yourself all that legal trouble and everything that goes along with it. Rock on. Awesome choice. The one thing I don't like is the strobe, surprisingly enough, and that's partially why I bought this. To manipulate the strobe in the middle of the night, when you've just been broken into by some crazy fucking intruder, it's going to be very unlikely that you're going to be able to manipulate the strobe in a timely fashion when the seconds really count. And I've done a couple drills where I've set my alarm clock to 3:30, 4 in the morning. Empty pistol on the nightstand, light mounted to it. Soon as you wake up to that alarm, you go to the pistol and you try and activate the light. And I'm only about 50% proficient with it. I'm sure there's guys who can do it 90, 100% of the time almost. Rock on. I just think in that particular situation, it's unsafe to try to manipulate the strobe. I think you're better off just blinding the guy and taking him out. And I will show you a little bit of the function here. Sorry for the scab on my hand. Was camping this weekend. Alright, so the 3 functions. If you put this silver tab all the way to the left, you're going to have just your laser. And I'm left-handed, so this down button for me is my momentary. My up is my permanent on. It's just going to be reversed if you're a righty. So up is momentary, down is permanent on. The middle function is just your light. And like you can see, it is blindingly bright. It will take care of it'll give you all the illumination you need to in a dark self-defense situation, I'm sure. The third function, if you move this all the way to the right, is the laser light combination. And you probably can't see the laser, but with the naked eye in a dark room, it's really easy to pick up. It's not an issue. To activate the strobe, this is where it becomes a little bit more complex. You have to manipulate the momentary twice within 0.4 of a second, which isn't hard. But the whole point of strobing somebody is to fuck with their depth perception. And you can't really do that if it's only momentary, and then you have to disengage the light and shoot the guy in the dark. You want it to be permanently on. And manipulating this function from down to permanently on with one finger while attached to the pistol is way easier said than done. You can mount it to a pistol, you can try it. I'm not going to mount it to a pistol and do it on camera because I'll just make myself look like a jackass and I'll prove my point. Just take my word for it that it's harder to do when mounted to the pistol by far than when it's not. And there's also a couple ways you can do it. You can do it with your trigger finger, or you can do it with your opposing index finger. But if you do it with your opposing index finger, you're taking your hand off the trigger, you're not in your shooting grip, and that is inherently dangerous. And you're wasting time trying to turn on the light, not 100% that it's going to go into strobe, when you'd be better off just flipping it on, blinding them, and taking them out. So, that being said, I love this thing. It's awesome. It's held up really well. I have electrical tape around the rim of it so it doesn't get burned, and it's, excuse me, less fouling to clean up after you go shooting, and so on and so forth. Thanks, Nothing Fancy, for the tip. And I really like it. I just wouldn't get the TLR-2s. I'd get the regular 135 lumen TLR-2. It's going to be definitely bright enough to take care of anything that you're going to need it for. Hope you guys stay tuned, and I'll have another one up soon. Peace.